been talking. Do you not hear them?
I do not hear them.
Uh-oh.
Ethan's given you a couple of voice checks, and I guess you haven't heard them.
No. So I'm going to go sign out and try it again.
All right, let's give that a shot. Nils, you're still around, right?
Looking for me, Grace? What? You're looking for me?
Da, 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 da.
Oh, I thought you called me.
Hey, Peter.
Okay.
Peter?
I guess I shouldn't have started the broadcast. Sorry to our one viewer. Oh, well. You can skip through this bit.
Yep.
Can I hear you?
I can hear you. Can you hear me? I guess the answer to that question is no.
Nils, we hear you loud and clear. Are you reading us okay?
I can listen to music through it, so I'm confused.
But you don't hear us.
I don't hear you, or yeah, and you apparently don't hear me either. So
no, I'm
I
hearing
hear
you.
you.
We're hearing you.
Because I don't have my Bluetooth headphones on right now; they're turned off.
Ah.
Those Bluetooth headphones have given you nothing but trouble.
Not nothing, just some trouble.
Trouble in the... Oh, now he's dropped.
Ah, yes. I was impressed that on Sunday when Peter and everyone got together that we actually didn't have any problems.
I can now hear Ethan.
Yay!
Hey, Nils dropped, though, so... Catch 20. I mean, it's like, what, Murphy's Law, right?
Yep.
It's like little Rosanna, Ann, and Danny used to say, if it's not one thing, it's another.
Uh-huh.
Hey, Nils.
Is he talking? I can't hear him.
Yeah,
I heard something come from him, but not hearing anything right now.
Yeah, that was a connection.
Yeah.
Hot swapping the hardware.
How did your it wasn't an exam, you had to sell your idea. How did that go, Ethan?
That went really well.
I'm so glad to hear that.
Yeah, no, my team was just batting for me the whole time. My pilot, who was doing our flight demo, did absolute wonders with our flight test vehicle.
Great.
Things I didn't even imagine that it could do.
That's good to hear.
So yeah, he was doing flips and spins and stuff, and then our sister team, which is a bunch of seniors who had no reason to, look out for it and like that, all just came in and went to bat for me and saying that I should give my team some more time and whatnot. So that was really cool. And then a bunch of professors showed up and started saying the same thing. So
are you going to get more time, or do you not know yet?
I will know come middle of June.
Well, thumbs pressed, as the Germans say.
Yeah.
Well, I'm back and getting up on my headphones for right now.
Oh.
Okay. Peter, did you hear Nils's voice check?
Let's try it again.
Did you hear me?
No.
Peter?
Sorry, man.
I generally have this problem when people sign in after me, so let me sign out.
I'm going to try reconnecting.
Yeah. I'll reconnect because if you guys hear Nils and I don't, then it's me.
Okay.
Okay.
Welcome back, Peter.
All right, I hear Aaron.
Hello.
I hear Ethan.
You hear me?
I hear Nils. We're good.
Gang's all here.
Gang can all hear.
Gang can all hear.
Uh-huh.
So you're redoing your kitchen, Aaron?
Yeah, thinking about it. So I left
Spend too much time with Brian?
Yeah, there's not enough gas in my life. I need blood for the blood god. No, I mean we had some extra money, so we thought we'd spend it.
I say,
Always a good thing. Mhm.
yeah, well, you can't take it with you.
Yeah, spend it on something that we'll get some good use out of.
Absolutely.
Oh, well, let me tell you how the project started. We need a new dishwasher.
Oh, that's how it always starts.
We have white fixtures. Emily doesn't want to spend money on a new white dishwasher. She wants to spend money on new appliances. She wants black stainless. Can't have black stainless because we have light floors. Okay, we'll get stainless. Fine. If we're going to get new appliances, we should probably get new countertops. And if we're going to get new countertops, we should probably get new cabinets.
And if you give them out the cookie,
And if we get
for some milk.
And if we get new cabinets, we might as well get new floors. So that's where we are.
Nice.
Uh-huh.
And I was hoping you could just paint it.
Well, right. So I did reach out to one of my friends who owns a painting business and asked him if we could just paint these cabinets. And he said, yeah, sure. This is how we would do it. And it's about how much it would cost. But we might just make it somebody else's problem and throw money at it. So,
Hey, you know what? If you have the option.
yeah, it's not that much more money either. So,
Yeah.
so what you need to do is during one of Emily's business trips, you call in a repairman to fix the dishwasher. And then everything's done.
That's right, because then you have a new dishwasher, but nothing else has changed.
right. So I have tried to fix the dishwasher myself 3 or 4 times. I've taken it apart and cleaned it. It's not cleaning well.
Okay.
Damn.
I've tried clearing the line. I've tried removing all the sediment from every portion of it. It's old. I mean, it's 12 years old, probably.
And they're not made to last that long anymore.
Yeah.
Well, and it's not like you don't know how to live with construction.
Yeah, right. So it should only take 6 weeks. So that's the.
So it'll only take 6 months, right?
Better not. I'll choke somebody.
And not in a good way.
Yeah, Ethan, 6 months. That's nothing. Try 6 years.
Yeah.
So,
Your whole lifetime living in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Aaron grew up in the Santa Clara Mystery House.
Is your dad's project done, Ethan?
It is. Finally.
Need to get over there and see him.
Yep, they're just waiting on new furniture now.
That's nice.
Yeah, there's the classic, hey, dishwasher doesn't work. Let's get a new dishwasher. Well, but the fridge is going too. Let's go with the fridge.
It'd be nice if they matched.
Yeah, and now we need a new floor, new counters.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
Yep. And then all of a sudden it was, well, we're doing that. We may as well just knock down this wall. I mean, it can't be that much more.
Oh.
And then by the time they were done, there wasn't a single thing that hadn't been redone.
Everything was new.
I guess that's true.
The only thing that might not have been touched was the master bath. That might have been the same.
All right, well, let's get started. When we last left our heroes, there had been a sortie out of the crossings across the dark waters to an island that had appeared now. A new island had risen from the black, dark waters. Shortly after that time, the city of Crossings was shrouded in a heavy blanket of fog.
An unnatural fog.
An unnatural fog with blood-red apparitions that suck the soul and the life essence from anyone that it could catch. Demons prowling the streets. Corpses shambling through alleys. All of which your heroes attempted to assail, halt, or otherwise disperse with varying degrees of successes, but the hordes just kept coming. And you set out across the waters through some boats that you had obtained at the docks, were attacked by a school of giant eels, shrieking eels. And then deftly navigated the crashing, the jagged rocks at the cliffs of insanity. And now you find yourselves on the beach. Boat's drawn up, but one amongst you isn't there. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, who's missing?
Where's Akufa?
Ethan, I'm going to hand it over to you, unless you already shared all this with the...
I have
No.
not shared it over.
We know nothing.
All right.
As Opie finished yelling out...
Sorry, let me... Yeah, good. Please set the scene, Ethan, and take it away. Thank you.
As Opie finished yelling out to Yakufa, pull harder, pull left. Yakufa managed to just get around the last of those rocks with Opie's encouragement. But as he did, he leaned too far left and managed to fall out of the boat.
An errant wave tipped the boat and knocked Yakufa from his perch.
Yeah. And Yakufa landed in the water and began sinking down into a watery grave.
Boy, you just kill him off, don't you?
Oh, I do.
Poor Akufa. We knew you so little.
And as we managed to make it to shore, you notice along the beach what looks to be a Yakufa's washed up helmet.
Oh. Creepy skull helmet.
Uh-huh.
Poor guy. Well, he's back with his master, so he can't be that unhappy. Crap. We're already down one?
And then Morgan
Yeah.
takes it up, right?
Yeah, then Morgan walks over to it to grab it. And as she grabs it, all of a sudden she sees that the ground beneath the helmet begins to split open. And the helmet falls down.
It's like a hourglass, sands of the hourglass, kind of falling inwards.
Mm-hmm.
And then before your eyes, you see rising up from that hole, you see Yakufa. But it's not the Yakufa you know. It's a kind of a weak, scarred, and sickly-looking man. The man he was before he met death.
It's New Kufa. Sorry.
And you see that as he's climbing up from this hole, in his hands he has the skull helmet, and he takes it and puts it on his head. And as he puts on the helmet, you see his body begins to change and revert back to the form of Yakufa you remembered, well muscled and strong again. And you see bones just begin cascading down his body from the helmet and begin covering his body, repairing back or putting back the bone armor that once lined his body.
Mm-hmm. So, as a side note, Ethan had reached out to me a day or two ago and said, I goofed up the character build, and this is how I want to change it. And there weren't really significant changes, just a few options or variations. And I said, sure, no problem, that's fine, because you can always just kill your character and make another one. And instead of doing that, why don't we just find a way to kill off Yakufa and then return him back to the party?
Which would
Him
be
being,
normal for him anyway.
Exactly.
Right. So, rather than force a player to play a character that they weren't enjoying or that wasn't working with their original vision, just fix that problem. So,
Yeah.
Yep.
Easy enough to do. So let's see. I have you here. The boat's swirling in the eddies, stroked out and drawn up towards the beach, unless you'd like to do something else.
I'd like to go to the beach.
You can see woods here and a rising hill, and then at the peak of the hill, a big stone skull, carved into the rock with its mouth open to the sky, spewing fog from its mouth. That thick,
I definitely remember that.
Smoke-like fog. The boats have been drawn up on the beach. Yakuf has crawled his way from the sand, from the underworld once more. What will you do?
Well, I'm not surprised that Nikov is back.
No. Definitely not surprised. I knew that was going to happen.
I know.
Poor Opie. I think we should head towards the woods about here, so we can maybe get a little cover and get a better view of what's going on here. Otherwise, I think we have to go close to that goddamn skull.
Okay. So it's not foggy here. I'm going to reveal a few. I'm going to put a marker on the table for you. Let's use Ichabod's crossed arrows. In terms of scale, one of these hexes is about 500 yards across. So not super big. It's not we're not talking about a mile bit wide hex. Hang on a second. Let me polygon reveal you. What's going on with my mouse? Maybe I have a low battery.
It looks like the island is probably about a mile across, so that's cool.
So I've given you a scale frame of reference in terms of scale.
Mm-hmm.
You can see about this much from your current position of the island itself. You are talking about moving up to the woods.
Into the base of the hill, so we could check things out with a little bit of cover.
Sure, let me just check my notes. So here the fog's not blocking your line of sight. You can see quite clearly. You know, it sort of falls into it, you know, sort of billows up into the sky and then tumbles down over the city of Crossings. And you can see a few rooftops or steeples or towers sort of poking their way out of that fog, but the city itself is completely shrouded. It's night, and you can see like the glint of flame of fire in the fog, you know, kind of sprinkled around the city itself.
Things are bad there.
Things are not good.
Very bad.
We need to clog this thing up quick.
Mm-hmm.
Just checking my notes. Mm-hmm.
Yep. Can't forget about the dragon in the woods or anything like that. Nope.
Yeah. No, don't want to forget about the dragon. It's a young dragon. I mean,
Only 300 years old.
These things happen.
Hilt, are you coming to Kubla Khan?
Did we lose Nils?
He's still on the hangout.
He may have stepped away.
No, I muted my mic because I was making lots of miniature noises.
Mm.
Like, pew, 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 pew. No, probably not. That's Erica's birthday weekend. Her birthday's on the 28th, so I very rarely go to Kubla Khan.
Understood. That's a pretty legit reason. I didn't used to go to Kubla Khan because that was my wedding anniversary weekend. I prefer Kubla Khan personally, but
To your wedding anniversary?
yeah, and having done both now, I'm like, yeah, Kubla Khan's a lot more fun. No, actually, I often think it's too bad Barb never actually went with me. I think that would have been a fun anniversary weekend.
For you.
No, Barb likes games, and if you can isolate her away from things she feels she has to do, like dusting or organizing something or whatever other bullshit she's convinced she has to get done, she has a really good time. But you have to pretty much force her to have a good time. So she loves board games. She likes role-playing games. She used to role-playing every week with us, Aaron.
Yeah. Yeah, way back in the day.
Yeah, she's just incapable of relaxing unless she has no other choice.
Right. Okay, so here at the you know, actually somebody make Morgan, sorry, I was just running through the litany of characters' names in my mind since I have there are all 6 of you are here. Morgan, make a perception challenge with 1 bane because of the darkness.
Okay. All right. Thankfully, she has her amulet. So it should be 2 boons is what it comes down to.
Her amulet of awesomeness.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. 18.
Looks good. So within the light woods, you can see a pool. My drawing is not to scale, but it is there in the woods.
We should check this out.
I concur.
There.
This is where the Maggot Queen went.
No, she's toast.
So it's glistening and clear. There's actually the pool's fed by a tributary that's running off the hill, off the hillside here, flowing bright and clear into the starlit sky. And then another tributary runs off from it to the west into the jungle, probably down to the river somewhere, further downhill from your current position. You said you wanted to investigate it, to come closer to it, to explore it.
Yes, to come closer to it and get a better look.
Okay. Whoops. Interesting.
What did you do?
I drew a very squiggly line that I didn't intend to draw. I wanted to draw a less squiggly line.
And now we have an anaconda.
It was like I figured the oops was going to be. Oh, I guess I forgot to describe the really scary beast that was drinking from the water.
It's sitting right there. To mention there was a really long, thick tentacle coming out of the water in a relaxed fashion.
There's the water's still, just being fed by this trickle, really, from the hillside. There's a clearing. There's a couple of rocks on the far edge of the pool from you, and then that other trickle sort of flows away into the jungle. That's what you can see now from your current position. You're quite close. You're within short range of the pool. 5 yards at the most. Some 15 feet.
Does it appear to be clean water? Brackish?
It's clean. It even smells, sweet. Fresh,
Wholesome.
clean water, crisp. There's a coolness blowing off of it. The breeze, blowing in your face, carrying the scent of the water.
So should we be worried that something this clean is close to the bad stuff?
Yakufa does not feel that this is natural and is going to cast sense magic.
Yeah, well, none of this island is natural, in my opinion.
Well, this is probably true.
I should say we when I'm referring to Opie and Ichabod.
And then just in terms of castings, Yakufa, you should have considered having cast spells from the last session.
Yeah.
Despite your resurrection.
Oh, yeah.
Sense matter is 5-yard radius, centered on a point centered around you.
Yep.
There are magical effects. The pool is just shimmering intensely with a magical radiance.
Nice. Fairies live there.
Yes.
Fairies are not nice.
I don't know if I want to mess with it, but it's nice to know there's something that appears to be clean and magical here. But part of me is thinking, like, well, what if this has got healing properties or something handy that we're going to need to not get our asses kicked?
Yeah.
Let me check something here. Hold on.
The castle is a big potion factory, and this is where they come to rinse their eyes out when there's been a chemical spill.
Yes, that's exactly it.
That was my thought. I don't seem to have a wine skin on Ichabod. Does Opie?
See if Morgan has one.
I just want something to transport some water.
Morgan has a water skin.
So does Opie. Very good. Opie's going to fill his water skin with water from this pond.
Oh, you're gonna go down and fill it, Opie? Okay. Hang on a
Because if something comes out and surprises me, I won't be surprised.
Exactly.
Yakufa is focusing on his sense magic, but he's also ready in case something happens.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Okay. So Opie, you're not surprised at all to see a silver hand like darting from the water, shooting for your throat.
I'm backing up quick.
Okay, so it's an initiative, so you're moving fast. Opie.
Hell yes!
Let's have the rest of you guys move slow since you're away
Yeah.
from the pool, unless somebody else wants to move fast.
No, I
Can.
need to move slow anyway.
And then
so.
the monster also moves fast. So, what do you do, OP? You have the initiative.
I want to dodge back.
Okay.
Get the hell out of the way, and I'm going to use my boon that I can use for a challenge.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you won't need to make it. You can just make a move away. That's fine. It's just like shooting towards you, and because you're so alert and never surprised.
Oh, I thought you said there's an agility test. So.
Oh no. Wouldn't be an agility challenge at all. You can just kind of scramble back away from the edge of the pool, and bursting out of the water is this vaguely humanoid kind of figure, but almost like very reptilian kind of facial features, flat browed and nose, no ears, the glint of scales, but all of this is sort of shaped and framed by water. It snarls at you, and
one of those mystery merfolk.
Like races up to the edge of the pool, and throws its arms wide, and these sharp claws threatening you back. That was its action. It's a new round, and can go fast or slow. I've got you guys at least 15 yards. I've got you at medium range from the edge of the pool.
Actually, so now it's the slows because I went fast and the monster went fast.
Right. You're right. Thank you. It's not a new turn. The other PCs can take in 2 actions if they'd like them.
We'll run up to Opie.
Run towards Opie. Okay. Are you doing anything once you get to Opie? Opie's like at 20 feet, at 6 yards away from the creature.
No, I won't do anything at this point.
Okay.
And Morgan is staying where she is, just keeping an eye on the situation, ready to throw some magic if necessary, but not doing so yet.
Yeah, my guys are preparing for battle, but not taking any offensive actions.
Mm-hmm. To drop something?
I'm clipping wires, and when you clip a wire, it shoots across the room.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I've lost 2 wires so far like that, and I'm trying to.
Yeah. Got to hold them between 2 fingers. It's a real awkward thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do, or brace them under something, which I thought I had done.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I feel you, man. I do.
Ah, here it is. Sorry, I'm just skinning some notes. So you guys aren't really taking any direct action other than just sort of preparing, coming closer to OP or preparing yourselves for some...
Defensive, but ready to communicate if the opportunity arises. Does that make sense? We'd rather talk than fight, but if we have to, we'll defend ourselves.
Okay, sure. New round. Will you go fast or slow?
Slow.
Sorry.
See how it reacts.
Let's give you an opportunity to see what's happening here. it's snarling, "Leave this place. No mortal shall touch these waters while I protect them. Leave this place." And it's sort of like doing that dog thing where it sort of races around its pen.
Yeah.
Sort of constrained and confined to the edge of the water, ever connected, ever trailing what should be its legs, its feet in the water itself.
So it's like an elemental, perhaps, or a spirit that's using the water to create a form.
Yeah.
Opie's going to stand up and put his water bag back over his shoulder, and he'll say, "Guardians of the water, we'll respect you. We mean no harm."
And at that, it sort of drops back into the water, very much like the eels, when they stuck their heads up out of the water and then slither back.
I guess we won't be drinking any of that water.
Guess not.
Pretty cool, though.
Yeah.
Wondering if we should try to talk to it to get a sense of what's going on.
That's an excellent idea. I think the cleric should do that.
You don't have a cleric.
We have
Wow.
2 clerics.
I think the Gideon was a cleric. That's right, because Morgan's a cleric now, too, huh?
No, because 808's a cleric, technically.
Right. Oh, so Nelson's got 2 clerics. That's right.
Yeah, but I don't think you want a robot or a crazy man talking to this thing.
No, that's probably true. You're not a crazy man. You're just driven. Very focused. Opie's going to ask the Guardian, "Can you speak with us?"
The Guardians, well, the figure's not present anymore. It's like
Right, but
disappeared
there's a
beneath
being there, I assume.
Something
is in the water.
Yeah, it's reasonable to assume that something is in the water. And are you just speaking from your current position, like
Yes.
far away from the edge? Can you calling out to it?
Yes, I'm stepping forward to speak, but not close enough to get to touch water.
Okay.
Out of respect.
Okay. There's no response.
All right. Let's hope we're not ever on fire and have to come back and douse ourselves in the lake.
Well, then
That
if
would get awkward real fast.
it attacks you, you'll just, that'll douse you. So
Oh, it's the silver lining, man. Good point.
Yep.
I like that. Good. So we got that going for us. All right. Well, if it's not going to talk to us, and I don't want to piss it off, I suggest we move along this direction.
Sorry, I'm not seeing which direction.
I'm going to step away for a few minutes.
All righty.
And I figure we skirt the edge of the hill so our heads are not cresting it if you're up above us. And Opie's going to do that scout thing where you crawl up to the edge of the hill so you don't break the horizon. You don't create a silhouette. He's going to check some things out and come back, and he's running point. Let's put it that way.
There it is. All right, I'll be right back.
Sure. So crawling up to the edge of the beginning of the slope, kind of breaking the tree line, you can see the slope as it kind of ascends upward before you. It continues. The forest continues off to your west, as does the hill itself. And it would be, and the hill gets steeper as you north of you, right?
So it's better to move up the hill
Kind of
from where we are.
It's very steep right here.
Oh, it's steep
at the
further.
edge of the skull.
Oh, sure, sure.
But that's sort of like the pinnacle or the apex of it. All right.
In all my years of playing role-playing games, here's the irony. I don't know if I've actually ever been in an adventure that had a skull-shaped mountain.
Really? This is all out of the book, man. Some Pirates games.
Without a doubt, because Tom always had one
Hmm.
and then sold it. Always does that. All right, I suggest. Oh, I don't have to suggest. I am ruler.
Yeah,
Again,
nobody else is here. You can just do what you want.
I think we should move along the edge here, and then when we're close to come up, so we, if there is someone around here watching,
Hmm.
we're closer before we make our
Mhm.
appearance.
Okay.
And again, Opie has a couple of those traits. One, when he's scouting, he's largely invisible.
Okay.
If he's a certain
Is he
distance ahead.
going on? Is he going on ahead of the rest of the party? Or are they waiting in the trees?
No, he's scouting ahead, but he's, it's go ahead, a couple hundred feet, come back, we all move together. Go ahead a couple hundred feet, we all
Okay, sure. So he's like sort of scouting out the path, finding the
Right.
best ways, and then returning to the group, and then leading them, and then doing the same.
Exactly.
Okay.
I think they call it caterpillaring. Something.
Maybe.
I don't know, but you understand what I'm saying. So yeah.
Absolutely. I'll be right back with you. I will wait for Nils.
I'll wait here.
Sorry, I just needed some snacks. Is Nils back with us?
I don't think so.
Oh,
Oh, there he is. I got my snacks.
sure. So the hill rises up above you, north of the forest. Its peak looming high above the rest of the island. And you can see the vents now are kind of laid out around the skull, with its mouth pointed to the sky, and the fog's not actually coming from the mouth, you can see, but issuing forth from these vents. And all around the slope scattered are bones, just littering the area that you're in now. I'll mark some out.
There appear to be any entrances into besides those vent holes that are streaming forth a putrid fog.
Yeah, perhaps through the mouth itself. You can see
Of course.
that it is like it looks cavernous.
Mm-hmm.
Do we know what this skull may have once belonged to, creature-wise?
It's carved out of the stone.
It's carved out of
Okay.
stone. It's vaguely humanish.
Okay.
It's sort of a rough cut. What will you do?
I think we're going to head towards the mouth. I hate to speak for everybody, but it seems the logical choice.
Yeah, it kind of does. I kind of don't want to go into a hole with fog and mist coming out of it and blinding me as I go in.
Yeah, not to mention on the fields of bones.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even a Koopa can't be that happy about it.
He's not thrilled.
Sorry, I'm just working on a map for you guys. If you wouldn't mind just giving me a moment
No
Mhm.
problem.
while I do that. Can you give me a marching order? Maybe with your tokens in the initiative space, just for convenience sake.
Not that
I'll
we're
give
going
you-
to get jumped at all.
No, that'll give you something to do while I'm fooling around with this map.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not. Maybe I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing an initiative space.
It's in the top right.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Okay. So who do we want leading the way?
Relative
Well, my guys are
distance. Relative distance would also be helpful.
Okay.
Well, yeah,
Um,
I'm not scouting now that we're going into a dark space.
Yeah, I was
Oh,
So
that's the monster.
just-
Who the hell are the teeth?
Sorry, just to set the scene. You guys are at the edge of the tree line. Opie's kind of scouted his way up towards the hill, and he's come back and he's about to lead the party in this ascent towards the skull mountain. Does that work for you?
Yes.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me check here. Opie. Oh, he's the dagger through the wanted poster. That's right.
Yeah. Yeah. I have no problem with
that-
Yakufa being towards the front.
well, both of my guys are pretty heavy. So
Well, I'm a shooter, so I can shoot around.
okay.
Ichabod
Which
can
is
fight,
second?
but he's also Well, Opie's the one at the crossed. I am, and Ichabod can bring up the rear. He also has a bow, but he has a flaming sword, which he hasn't lit yet.
I'm not sure which one's Morgan, but she should probably be in the middle, I would think. Yeah, that works.
I'm about 5 minutes or so away from this map.
No problem.
Yeah, so Morgan's close to the front, so she can hurl spells and potentially buff you guys a little bit, maybe. She can heal you from the middle. That's what she can do. Then we've got Yakufa, and Opie. And then Ichabod. Ready to throw hell at whatever creatures show their faces.
See, we're not murder hobos. We didn't fight the water elemental.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to be a murder hobo. I want to be a hero.
Well, that's the bad guy because everyone's polluting this river, and he's the one that's called upon these evil spirits to regain the purity of the river.
Well, how very Miyazaki. So, open house was last night.
How'd it go?
It actually went really well. A lot of really pissed off parents that can't
Why?
believe because the district has laid off so many of our teachers.
Oh,
Mm.
And they're very
Not
good
pissed off at
teachers.
you.
No, they are so behind us. They are rallying behind the teachers. It was really very, very nice.
Cool.
But on top of that, I discovered that another one of my parents is a former student.
oh, fun,
So there's two now.
fun. That's awesome. How crazy is that? 2 generations.
It is very crazy.
Do you feel like Little House on the Prairie yet? I mean,
A little. I don't feel like Mr. Holland's Opus because he was grumpy and unhappy.
right.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas I like what I'm doing. I enjoy it. I really love the kids. So, and I like the people I work with. So, those are all good things.
Collins liked what he was doing. He just had so much shit keep happening to him.
Good point. Good point.
Because I saw that movie.
Yeah, the band kid. No shit. Yeah. What band movie have you not seen is the question.
True.
All right, just finishing the map here.
Aaron is
Uploading the
threatened to
map.
see Princess Mononoke, so.
Oh shit, I forgot about that. Damn it, how can I keep forgetting this?
I don't know. I should bring my little DVD player and my computer to the con.
Make me sit there and watch it instead of playing games.
You will watch.
Yeah, so one of the 5th grade moms came in, and her kid had heard about an anime club, and she wanted to know what that meant. She says, because I don't know. She says, I don't know what other parents know, but I'm rather sure anime isn't all for children. I said, you know a lot. I said, no, and I'm very careful. And I said, that's one of the things I like to educate the students about. I said, because anime is for everybody, and that there is something for all ages, and some of it is very inappropriate for school, and we don't watch that. Just, oh, good. My son is so excited. Just now I can relax. I said, okay, good.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, and one of the groups of parents was coming out of the 6th grade classroom. It was, again, a group of parents who have kids coming into the school. And one of them saying, oh, I'm so excited my kid's coming here. And and they walked by me, and I said, yes, you are. And she looked at me and smiled, and I said, we're a good school.
That's awesome.
It is, because, you get it. You're a parent. That's what's the single most important thing in your life.
Yep. And
I'm responsible for that.
What did you say,
Nils?
Gaming.
Okay, what's the second single most important?
Eating.
Yeah.
Sleeping, actually.
So,
Sleeping is very important.
I just take that responsibility very seriously.
Thank you, honey. Wow. My wife just keeps feeding me. This is awesome.
I'm coming to your house.
Okay.
This is to help ease the kitchen remodel.
Yeah, she's just trying to emptying the kitchen. That's what she's trying to do. This stuff's got to go, honey. Eat up. This new bones material is still somewhat bendy. It is much stiffer than previous. It's a very light gray. And I got to say, so far, I haven't painted on. I'm just trimming up some mold lines, of which there are fewer. But the detail is really sharp. Even the small detail, the teeth on this troll are all individual and very, very well differentiated.
Kitty.
So they've really come a long way.
Oh, that's good to hear.
Yeah. Well, the old ones are great for terrain pieces and for monsters and big stuff, but they just could not hold like the details of a human face very well.
Yeah.
And apparently,
Are they still doing domestic production, or are they taking it overseas, or do you know?
It's been mostly in China, but they've been doing domestic. So one of the things in Kickstarter too was to one of the stretch goals, which was a pretty big one, and they met it in like 48 hours, was to buy a machine for doing a lot of their own casting. And they do their own casting, but the majority, especially big stuff like a Kickstarter, that is all Chinese. So they do some stuff. They do some stuff domestic.
Pardon me. Okay. Morgan, make a perception challenge
Okay.
with a Bane for the Darkness.
Okay.
Uh,
26.
Is that good?
I hope
Very
it
good.
is.
Roll 3d6.
Oh no.
Oh boy. 7.
As long as you're rolling dice, you're still standing.
Yeah. Take 7 insanity because you saw what you weren't supposed to see.
Right.
So let's see. Let's have a look at the map. Let's give some context. Let's give some reference about where we are and what's happening.
Turns out it's the city of Rilia where Cthulhu lies dead but dreaming.
And Morgan's kind of in the middle, it looks like.
Yep.
Oh, and look, there's a monster. How convenient.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys make it to here. Just kind of finishing, finishing that ascent up the hillside there. The escarpment.
Yeah, we're approaching the escarpment. That's like the steeper part, right? Sounds escarpment to me. I just like the word. I have no idea what it means.
And now you can get a pretty good view of a lot of the, lot more of the island. I'm gonna mess that up, but whatever. Pardon me. And about here, let's see, I need a token. Give me a token.
That's not a good token.
So like
That's
over 50 yards away from you, you can see, on the hillside, there's this big figure. What do you call it? Not quadruped, hunched over something, black leathery wings folded back, like turns and looks, and it's got a cow, like the back ends of the haunches of it. It turns and looks over its shoulder, and it's this liony mane and black eyes just glinting off the starlight. Takes one look at you and roars and jumps into the air. These big, powerful bat-like wings, like, and it's like soaring up above you. It's 50 yards away now.
Flying away?
40 yards away, 30 yards away. What will you do?
Morgan casts arcane armor on herself.
I'm getting ready to shoot it. That's what I'm going to do.
It's flying towards us.
It is.
Okay.
It's dive
Make sure
bombing
it's not
us.
like flying away from us.
All right, I need to check my notes.
And we don't really have any cover here.
No, we don't.
Kind of coming close to the edge of the skull rock itself. It's about, how perspectives change as you get closer to something. It's not as big.
It's getting bigger.
It's not as big as it looks. It's like going to Mount Rushmore, right? And it's maybe only 10 or 15 feet tall. The skull itself.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about the creature, and I was
it's all rough cut. It's not even. It's almost like a jumble in a pile of rocks that have been organized and shaped, but there are these vents that kind of ring it, issuing the white smoke. And I'm going to put a couple of those on the map as a reference. Kind of like that. There's some near you too, but that's what they look like. Pardon me.
What?
What? Here?
I see nothing.
Oh, you see nothing? Did I put it on the wrong there?
I see it.
Oh, there. What? I see a monster down there.
You should see some like gray hash marks.
Yep. I
Yes.
see him.
Oh yes, little lines.
Those are like the vents that the fog is
Smoke's
coming
pouring
from.
out of,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
Very good.
All right.
Well, I'm taking a shot with Opie, and well,
Okay.
Ichabod will take a shot because he might as well. I don't think I'm out of fiery blasts. Use them all up against the red fog.
Mhm.
8008-135 is preparing his flamethrower.
Okay. So you guys are like getting ready for battle. Is it like just like it gets a little bit of altitude and it just soars at you. So you have the initiative. Will you go fast or slow?
Well, we can't get to the cave mouth before it gets to us, can we?
You might be able to.
No, I don't like might. I think we have to kill it,
Okay.
drive it off, or something.
Um.
I mean, you could certainly try to get there. We'd have to figure out, how you're doing it and if it would take, how many
No,
rounds it would
If you
take.
said
Or
if you said no, you could sprint there before this thing's here. Then that's what I would do.
Sure, it would be touch and go.
No, I think we better fight. I'd rather fight than get hit in the behind as I'm running.
Mhm.
More like touch and die.
Exactly. Okay, so Opie's taking his shot. What does it hit the defensive 18?
It does, but hang on. I'm just checking a couple of notes about this specific creature. So if you don't mind, just give me a moment to do that.
Make sure you check that that a specific weakness to bow fire.
Mm-hmm.
It's an important thing to remember. It's so easily overlooked.
Yeah, I think I know what this creature is, and it's about to get real ugly.
Yeah, on us.
Yeah.
It's not a good laugh.
No, it's not.
Okay, that's on page that. There it is. Okay. Okay. Doe.
It's the TARDIS.
Hello?
I had no idea that Nils was a companion.
There are a few male companions.
Yeah.
Adric, Adric, I think his name was Adric.
Adric, but he died.
They all die. They're mortal.
That's it. You're born and then you die. The bit in the middle's called life, and that's yet to come. What was I wearing? A hat. Fine, I won't wear a hat. I don't have to wear a hat. I won't wear a hat.
Actually, the current doctor has more male companions than female companions, but that's because she's a female.
Nice. That's perfect. That's perfectly reasonable.
Have you seen any of those new doctors yet?
Oh yeah.
I haven't. How are they?
They're good. There are problems, but it's a brand new everybody. I mean, producer, writers, director, stars. So it just kind of takes a little to get time to get going.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm doing press molds.
Fun. What are you molding?
Panzer 38T wheels and Elven banners.
Huh. Such an eclectic.
You know, the
fellow.
weird thing is I would never have thought of those two together. But now, how do I not?
Oh, and chaos shields, of course.
Well, that explains everything.
Okay. Yeah, you hit Peter. No, sorry, Opie. How much damage did you do?
Looks like 14, baby.
Drop it out of the sky.
Just, I mean, the air. It just. You're sure you hit, but you can't even tell
No.
where it landed in
Oh,
this
man.
thing. It's big, and it's frightening, horrifying. Horrifying.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Because now you can see its face, and it's like the rictus of a. It's like the rictus of a man's face, like in a perpetual sneer.
Okay.
And that's what startles you initially. Take a half a step back as you plunge the arrow into its.
I forgot to use my new skill. I'll use it next round.
Which one?
Yeah.
Aiming or something?
Weakness.
It's the deadly aim. You can use an action.
Oh, right. I think you went fast though, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, we don't. Is everybody going fast? What are we doing?
I'm
What are we
going.
doing on this? What are we doing on this turn? Because I know
You
I'm
went
going.
so fast, you just shot an arrow.
I know I'm going fast. So.
Well, this thing's at long range, right? Not at.
No, it's at
Like 30 yards.
it's at medium right now.
Yeah.
Oh, damn! I could have used my deadly aim.
Yakufa is going fast.
There, I just posted it so you can see what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay, thanks.
I put in the
So
chat.
once again, what do the range spans mean?
Medium is 40 yards.
Sorry, I'll get my notepad and I can tell you exactly.
Medium is 20 yards. Apologies.
What
Once
is
I
short?
flipped open to the right page. Short is 5 yards.
Okay. 8008 through 5 is going slow because that's his range of his flamethrower is 5 yards, and I'll probably assume it's probably going to move and hopefully can get into short range.
Yeah.
Getting into go slow in order to prepare for a spell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So medium is 20 yards.
Up to 20 yards.
Yep.
So he's actually it's closing on you from long. But it's moving fast.
Excellent. So I haven't missed my opportunity. I will use it.
OP can aim at a creature you see within medium. Within medium, it's not in medium yet. You could.
Right. So I didn't miss my opportunity. I will have to do it next round.
Yeah, and then
if it's still in the air.
Right, and then you'd have to go slow to be able to use those two actions, or just burn the action trying to find the weakness to be able to attack it next round. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Well, it says you use an action. Yeah, you'd be two actions. So you use an action to aim, and the other action would be to shoot. Yeah. So he'd have to go slow next time, but I already just went fast.
Yeah, and you don't necessarily. It doesn't necessarily need to be a missile attack either. It could be a melee, like it's waiting for the open. Yeah, right. It's just.
Okay.
I don't see anything that says missile only.
Well, very good. Well, then Ichabod will go ahead and take his arrow shot, which is not that impressive, but hey, he's going to take his shot.
That makes sense.
Yes.
I'll have to remember that. I didn't know that.
14.
Oh, Ichabod's shooting also?
Yeah, because he's got a bow. Might as well. And it's a long bow. If we can wound this thing at all before it closes, I want to try it.
That's a miss. The 14th minute is a miss.
So the arrow bounces off of it.
What the hell is that thing? Anybody know what horrifying does?
Yeah, I can give it to you in just 1
At
second.
the bottom of your little pentagram are the afflictions, and it's not in there. Never mind.
No,
No,
this is
it's
more like.
it's a horrifying trait. It's in the bestiary.
I think I found it. Frightening. A creature that does not have frightening or horrifying must make a will challenge when it first sees one or more creatures. It makes the roll with a bane. It can see 4 or more frightening creatures. Some creatures have disturbing appearance. Yes, it's quite disturbing. Frightening, horrifying. On a failure, gain insanity, or D3 if you're already, or you become frightened. On a failure, gain an insanity, or D3 if already frightened. Once the creature makes this roll. Let me just paste it into the thing so
Yeah, I'm reading it right now.
everybody can share.
Basically, long story short is it's bad.
So when it comes around to your action, just make your will challenge roll.
I'm not liking anything about this thing. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't do my will challenge. I better make it now, huh?
Why don't you do it for both Ichabod and Opie?
Okay, here's Opie. And I'm going to use my boon per... Oh, nope, used it in combat.
I think you have 2, don't you? 2 per round.
Oh, you're right. Thank you. Where did my roll go? This is a willpower roll.
So wait, don't do that yet.
Okay.
I think we went through this last time, but you can do 1 triggered action per round, right?
Right.
Yes.
Okay, that's the limit. Okay. Who's got the worst will?
I'm 11, so I'm actually pretty good.
Mine's 11 and 12.
Morgan's a
Okay.
14. So
Well, all right. Okay, go ahead.
All right. Okay, Opie made it.
mhm.
Wow. All right.
And Ichabod. Come on, buddy. Oh, so he gets what, 3 insanity?
I think it's only 1.
1 insanity, but you're going to count as being frightened.
That puts me at 7.
Okay.
Okay.
And then just highlight or click on the frightened bit in your character sheet, and I think it will add a bane to you for all of your attacks. I think.
And I can't make fast turns.
Is that what it says?
Yeah. Frightened. All attack rolls and challenge rolls are made with 1 bane, cannot make fast turns.
Okay.
Or take fast turns.
Okay. Yeah, and that'll last for the duration of the combat.
Okay, well then I think Ichabod's gonna go slow.
Ichabod already went this round, but
Right. I'm just he's gonna go slow from now on.
moving him over, preemptively moving him over.
Yeah. Because there won't be a reason to think about it later.
Okay, Morgan, are you going fast or slow? I have you kind of on the cusp there.
Oh, that just because that was our marching order. Morgan is going slow.
Okay. And Ichabod's already went.
Yakufa was going fast though.
Oh, Yakufa is which icon?
The
cross
3 arrows.
swords. Okay.
The 3 arrows, yeah.
3 arrows.
So
And
question
sorry,
for you.
Opie went fast also, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So question for you on timing. So my plan was to basically go into my divine ecstasy, which prevents me from gaining insanity or becoming frightened. But what I don't know is if I would have seen the creature first and potentially become frightened before I went into this.
Is it a triggered action by any chance?
No, it is simply just an action on my turn.
Okay, you can do that action to go into your divine ecstasy, but you
Okay.
can't do anything else this
Right,
round.
yeah. Oh yeah. No. That was I just wanted to see the timing on that. So yeah.
Because you're busy being ecstatic.
So Yakufa's got a little bit of a aura going around him as he enters his divine ecstasy.
I don't
That's
like
what he's.
being frightened.
Yeah, being frightened is bad. If you're already frightened and then you see something horrifying, that's when you fail your will check. That's when you get D3 insanity. So I'm gonna have to think about what's the recovery off the frightened state?
That's what I was going to ask next. Is it after if we take this thing down, do I become unfrightened, going, oh, I feel much better now?
I can look into it if you
Yeah,
want.
why don't you do that, Ethan? Why, if you have time,
Yeah.
while I'm juggling the combat here?
Certainly.
Because what I really want to do is work on the character sheet for the monster.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like the fact it has enough going that it needs a character sheet.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, if this thing's what I think it is, it has probably a lot of stuff.
Man.
These things are nasty.
So are we continuing through the turn?
Well, it's going fast and it's making its attacks against you, so I just need to decide how it's making those attacks and
Great. Let me know when it's-
how many of them are being made. So
It's a horrible sentence.
it comes slamming into the amongst all of you, just like, and that's what it does. That's what it does this round. Oh no, it doesn't. It doesn't land. It's now within short. It's like searing like a missile. You know, at the party, at the milling party. Now it's the slow heroes.
Oh, that's not good.
Yukufa
Maybe
is.
it's searing.
Yukufa won.
It's like just like a rocket, like a bolt shot from a crossbow, from a ballista,
Mhm.
like just coming right at you, and it's like within short range now.
Okay. Okay.
And you can see, you know, it's a quadruped. It's got, and it's almost like a lion. You know, this big mane and a human face and these giant bat wings, but they're all tucked into its body now as it's like coming at you, and this scorpion tail, like you can see it like flicking behind it, kind of dragging off the rock.
Is there a Chaos Dwarf Sorcerer
It's a
right in
manticore!
Christ.
Okay, so 800135 will let loose with his
Flamethrower.
flamethrower. And he will, okay, so before that, I will do my will check. And in doing so, Gideon will use his triggered action to give a prayer to 800135 that gives you a one boon on an attack or challenge roll.
Okay.
So that
So he gets a boon
Yeah.
for this will challenge. Great.
Yeah.
oh right, okay. All of a sudden I forgot how to make rolls. I am so glad I got that boon.
Did you pass?
I got a 12.
Only because he has a boon.
Yeah. My boon was a 5, so I would have gotten a 7 otherwise. Okay, so now fire thingy. 5 yards long, 1 yard wide, 2d6 to everything in the area. Each creature can get an agility challenge roll to make that takes half damage.
Okay. My agility is 11 plus 1. Damn it! Where are all my dice?
And I get 7 points total based on before your challenge roll.
Okay. Oh no, you scorch him.
Oh, good. I was worried that he's going to be completely immune to fire. Then,
Well, that's a good idea. I like that idea. Just kidding.
yeah, too late. And then, so that was 800135. Gideon will use a spell called Censure.
Okay.
Each demon, devil, fairy. Here we go. There we go. I'm assuming this is a demon or something like that. makes a will challenge roll. Failure, he becomes frightened for 1 minute, and because of my icon of faith trait, he gets 1 bane to his will challenge roll.
Okay. It is not a demon.
Is it a devil, fairy, spirit, or undead?
No,
It's
it
a
is
manticore.
All right, so that does nothing, unless I scare off all the zombies coming up behind me.
Right.
Yeah.
And that is and I'm sorry, and then Gideon needs to make a roll, but he also has wrong character sheet. He has conviction, a boon for will versus frightening and horrifying.
That's good because it turns out frightening is way worse than we thought it was.
Shh, you don't have to tell
So
him that.
we'll get to that in a minute. Uh-oh.
Yeah. Well, take one sanity.
Right, because why don't you show us how?
Or you can burn a fortune.
Or you could burn a fortune point if you want. Why don't you show us how the faltering censure, shakes you to your core?
Right. So Gideon, seeing this thing coming at them, is like, this is what I was made for. This is obviously a demon. I'm going to be. I have all my skills ready, and I am going to take him down. And he casts a spell, but it's not a demon, and he just is just about loses it right there because he's just so flabbergasted that it's not what he expected it to be.
Right.
And
right, I love it because you can see the rippling muscles and the fur and
bat wings. It's got bat wings. It's obviously a demon. remember that I think that the only demon he's ever seen is that forest demon, and so
the one with the 1,000 eyes.
1,000 eyes.
Shove nigger off. So he really doesn't know what he's talking about. So
Cool.
that's my 2 guys go.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Who else? Morgan.
And then
That's
after
it.
Morgan,
And that's the end, right?
yeah. After Morgan, do you want me to describe what frightened?
Oh, who is frightened?
No, we don't want to hear it.
Why don't we worry about the? Sorry, let me ask you this: can you recover frightened in the combat?
No.
Okay.
Oh
let's
no.
Let's just leave it at that. We'll just leave it at that.
Oh
and then
no.
we'll pick it up. We'll pick it up after the combat.
Yeah, at least not rules is written. You can't. We may need to talk about it though.
No, I'm good. I'm totally good with it because you guys are level 7 and now things shit's starting to get real.
Yeah,
it's been real all along.
Yeah, rules is written. It is impossible to get rid of frightened.
Okay, well we'll get there.
Yeah, but okay. Morgan needs to see if she's frightened.
Let's see. What is a good frightened icon? I'll just give you a red tick if you're frightened. Opie is frightened.
No,
Morgan
Opie is not.
Ichabod
Ichabod
is frightened. Morgan is okay.
Morgan is. Why are you scared of this? Okay.
And
she and Opie fought that goddamn demon.
I know.
Oh, please.
Please.
This isn't even a demon.
And 808, he was okay on his will check.
Yes, but Gideon failed.
The cleric.
I just
totally prepared and has all these benefits of being.
It wasn't what he was expecting. That was the problem.
Yep.
Okay, so I believe I said Morgan had cast her arcane armor before the combat started.
Yes, you did.
You did.
Okay. Then I won't do that. I will look at the creature, pause for a second, and then just point both of my hands and cast unerring darts, and I will use my greater sorcery. But I will kind of move a little bit to the side of my companions.
How far away are you moving?
About... It's a good question.
So right now you'd be within short of your companions. You could go to medium. but we'd have to.
Short's
it-
good.
You're
Short.
gonna be within-
So
okay.
just,
Stay within
I'm
short of
right,
your companions.
yeah,
Okay.
I'm right about like 3-4 yards away from them.
Well, we'll just steer it of mind of it, and if it needs to be, if we need to check, we just know that you're within short for when you blow
Yeah.
up, and then
Right.
it'll be dicing, and then it'll be questionable.
Yep.
It'll all
Okay.
end in tears.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, she's going to use her greater sorcery talent to make her spell more potent. So
Okay.
she fires all 7 darts at the creature, and each one will do 2d6 plus 1 damage.
Whew.
Okay. And they auto hit, right? No agility check for getting out of the way or anything like that. Just tick down your castings.
Oh yeah.
And let's see that damage.
All right.
Lots of 6s. 5s are okay, but 6s are preferable.
That's the hope. So that's 14d6 because it's 10 plus 7. Come on, Morgan.
Ooh, look at all those
That's
twos.
a lot of ones.
Looks a lot of all the ones.
47 points.
Stone.
Okay.
Hopefully, did something. Definitely didn't kill it.
Well, you did 47. So why don't you show
That's
us
even better
how?
than my 14.
So here's the manticore streaking towards your party, and why don't you show us how? You know how the darts strike it, and you know, do and
Shred it.
fail to halt its progress.
Oh no.
Its velocity.
Yeah.
Its ferocity.
So Morgan looks up at the creature, closes her eyes, begins welling up her magical energy, and the tattoos on both of her palms begin glowing. And she releases this blast of darts that just shoot out towards the creature. And she keeps focusing extra energy behind the darts to try and just increase their power and slow this thing down. And the darts and the energy come running up to the manticore, and it just hits, and you see this white flash as 2 powerful forces collide. And then after the blinding flash clears, you see the manticore just keep pushing through, and it clearly was the more powerful force.
Very good.
You can see on its wings, you see the tinges of flame where the magical energy burned off a lot of the skin.
In fact, the wings have been holed in places, but you know, it's not enough.
Yep.
Damn
Right.
you, Manticore!
And Morgan just brings her hands down and looks very tired.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
And
this
that
is
was the
gonna
end
hurt.
of the round, which means
That was the end of the round. So
does she blow up? Here we go.
We should get her a big funnel so she can channel it when she blows up.
She does blow up.
Okay.
Oh crap!
Let's see.
How does that work? I'm just curious.
So fortunately, she only had 1 strain, so it's not a very big blow up. She only explodes in a 1 yard radius.
The only damage I'm carrying is from her.
Everybody roll a let's see.
Everybody was kung fu
And then so if you do happen to be in the blast radius of 1 yard, then you can make an agility challenge to take half damage.
And how much damage do you do?
I think. Yep, that's that. So it's going to be 46.
4d6. Okay.
Okay.
So before
Hope is good.
for your challenge, but I think more importantly, it's about figuring out who's could be within that 1 yard radius.
Mhm.
So everybody roll a d4. If you roll a 1, you're near enough to Morgan to take the blast.
Okay. Here's Yakufa. Nope.
Per character, I assume.
Yeah, per character.
Oh.
Right. And Gideon,
Yeah, I'm good.
there, as far away as possible.
Not our first rodeo.
Mm-hmm.
There's a little crater underneath Morgan right now.
Okay, so new round. Are you going? Those of you that are frightened, fight
Have
with
to go
one
slow.
with one bane, and you have to go slow. Everybody else can go fast or slow. This thing is clearly going fast.
Is it? It's still up in the air, so we can't directly engage it right now if we go fast.
Unless you have a range weapon.
You could. I mean, it's low enough to the earth.
Right. That's true. Anyway, it's got his flamethrower anyway.
Yakufa will go fast.
Okay.
And Morgan will go slow.
Okay. Are we good?
I'm good.
I'm good. Both my guys are going slow.
Okay. Cool. Why don't we go ahead?
Because he has to, or because he wants to.
Okay. Why don't we do the fighting? I mean, yeah. Go ahead. Take your actions. Fast guys, take your single actions.
Okay.
A flamethrower shot.
Go for it.
Except, what did I just do?
We're gonna roll maximum damage. That's what.
Go ahead. You guys do something. I messed up my. Okay, there we go. 6. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
Ah. I'm eating ice cream and my fingertips are frozen. I can't type. There we go. Oh, wow. So that's my flamethrower damage. He needs to do a will check or agility check to see if he takes half points.
Okay. Agility check.
So bummed it shrugged off 47 points.
Wow.
That's the agility challenge, so he's good. So he takes half damage, so he takes
Yes.
2.
Yeah. And that's it for my flamethrower.
It's out.
Now, shh.
So the device folds up and then goes back into the trap door and it closes on his shoulder.
Right.
You can't even see a seam where it was.
Yeah.
How did you do that? I don't know.
Yakufa looks at the creature. He's got his divine aura glowing around him, and he casts Thimblewig and causes 4 duplicates of himself to appear. And as you watch, the duplicates begin just apparating and disapparating, and he begins apparating, disapparating, and you can't tell which one is which.
Okay, cool. So like, and like, he's like shifting and moving around, and
Exactly. Yeah.
and when I try to, and if the beast tries to attack you,
Then basically you see if first off you see if you would hit me normally, and then if it does hit, then there's a percentage chance that you hit one of the duplicates as opposed to the original.
yeah. So roll a d20 to see if the attack affects you or a duplicate.
Yep, and it's in the spell here as to what it based on how many duplicates are left, your odds of hitting me increase.
So it's like, yeah, okay. 1 in 5, 1 in 4, 1 in 3, 1 in 2.
It's exactly what it is. Yep.
Okay. And how long does this last for? An hour?
Yep.
Okay.
Wow.
Or until you kill all the duplicates.
They're very Doctor Strange.
Maybe.
I was thinking Nightcrawler. Yeah.
That's what he does.
Okay, and now the beast.
Mm-hmm.
I'm almost ready to beast you.
No.
That's why Yakufa was putting up all his defenses.
In fact, I think the beast should probably take a nap.
Hey, Yakufa, why don't you try rubbing it the tummy?
I was tempted to make it see an illusory manticore that is opposing it, but I decided I'd save that for later.
Or a female.
Ooh, that would have been really good.
A woman at core?
You know it. Oh, man.
Let's see. STR challenge.
Good old Will Manticore.
I've painted a couple of them, but I don't own any. Not any of the painted ones.
You know, in context, Manticores in this system are way more deadly than Manticores in D&D 5e.
Oh, thanks.
Oh,
a lot.
everything's more deadly than 5e.
a bunch of level 3s are dealing with a Manticore in D&D 5e.
Really?
Yeah.
Is 5e not lethal?
Not really, actually. There are a number of... There's one spell in particular that makes it really, really hard to die.
Okay.
You have to be kind of like incapacitated and then have someone just come over and stab you again. That's pretty much the only way you're going to die.
Yeah, there's just like super forgiving.
Yes, it is.
Are you playing 5e? Where are you playing 5e?
No, I've just been watching a group playing 5e.
Oh, at school?
No, I've been watching Critical Role.
The podcast?
Yep.
I hear it's very entertaining.
It is pretty entertaining.
Aren't they the ones who just did a Kickstarter and they're going to animate it?
Yes. And I've seen some of the animation pre-working and stuff, but it's gonna be pretty good.
Well, they're all voice actors, right?
That's the impressive part. Because they really begin getting into character, and I find that really cool. So.
All right.
We have a Hulk.
Yeah, where's our Hulk?
We need one.
And none of that wimpy endgame Hulk. No.
Speaking of which, can we talk about it yet, Peter?
Yeah, I've seen it.
All right.
Uh-huh.
We talked about it last week.
We
No,
talked
you
about it
said
Sunday.
I'm going to go.
Oh, that's
see it.
right. I saw it this Sunday. That's right. I just saw it last Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to talk about an endgame or shall we fight the fight?
Fight
No,
the
we'll
fight.
fight.
Go ahead. I was just-
Neither. I'm finally ready. I'm sorry.
No,
it's
There was
okay.
a lot of stuff that I had to sort out, and
No worries.
I would have had to have done it
On the fly.
with dice anyway. I still needed to figure out how it was working. All right, so the Manicore just barrels into the party, just characters are flying back. It lashes out with a claw. It slams down with another claw. It bites at somebody, and the stinger comes darting into the midst of you. So there are 4 attacks coming in.
No, we did not approve this.
I'm just going to randomize where the attacks are going, and then I'll roll them.
Sounds
So
good.
there are 6 of you. It's going to be claw, teeth, sting.
Stinger.
So, and it's going to be Morgan, Yakufa, Gideon, 808, Ichabod, and OP. Just like it
Fantastic.
is on the
Roll
Roll 20. Claw.
Morgan!
Gideon.
Teeth.
808.
And then sting.
This is the real nasty one.
Oh, well, hey.
Oh,
Oh, damn.
oh you're frightened, aren't you?
Let's see.
Oh.
So, claw against Morgan, you said. Is that right?
Morgan. Yep.
Does it hit?
That looks like it'll hit.
Ouch.
Okay. Claw against Gideon.
Yes.
That looks like
Ooh.
Teenager.
teeth against 4, 808.
808.
Oh, Morgan's hurting.
Neener.
And then sting against Gideon.
Okay, wait.
Wait.
Wait for it.
Wait for it.
Stay on target.
Okay, so. Wait a minute. Okay. So I would like to propose a fortune point with ulterior motives, meaning that
What the
I'm not sure what's happening here, but
I'm
I'm
intrigued.
intrigued. Yeah, I'm interested.
Yeah.
What is this? What is this?
Is this
808
working?
because he's a clockwork is immune to poison. So I'd like to have him use a fortune point to throw himself in front of a Gideon and take the shot, the stinger shot, knowing that he is immune to poison.
That's
But
pretty cool.
actually, that's a good question. We may not even know that it's poisonous, so I'm not sure he would be.
Well, it looks like a giant scorpion tail.
That's true. Yeah.
Mhm.
So that's an idea.
I mean, if you do get poisoned, Morgan can cure you of the poison.
Oh, in that case, never mind.
Not if she's clawed to
Do
death.
your words.
Well, that's true. She is practically dead at this point.
So if there is poison in the tail, that's not the only thing that's dangerous about this.
Okay.
If you want to burn that fortune point and throw yourself in front of Gideon, you may. And you could certainly suffer the immunity from being poisoned, but it's not the.
But not the immunity from being punctured by a big, heavy object with a sharp end.
Right. Yeah. I expect that there's going to be damage, some sort of physical damage, but I'm more worried about the poison that.
Okay,
Oh, did
and
you know it's a rust poison?
it will only work for this round.
Okay, that makes sense. All right. So
You still up for spending that fortune point?
sure, that's what they're for.
That's a cool
So
move.
Yeah.
so the so 808, 800, 135, they both dodging around, and
Mhm.
as the head comes down to bite 808 and misses him,
Mhm.
he gets a glimpse of the stinger coming over at Gideon,
Uh-huh.
and so that's the reason the guy the bite missed him, because he kind of like jinked out of the way
Mhm.
and shouldered Gideon out of the way and took the stinger right in the chest.
Okay. What's your defense? Is it? Can I hit you with a 12?
No.
Okay.
Ooh, sound like a bell. Boom.
Ring
I
you
didn't
like a bell.
Oh well.
You wanted me to bring down the hammer? I'm gonna bring down the hammer.
Put down the hammer. All right.
He is worthy, and we all knew it.
Yep.
Slows?
Slows.
Okay, before anything happens, I just want to toss this to the chat. Because this is one of my new abilities, and I think this could help us right now, because it is in within reach, because it's in hand-to-hand with us. So Opie is yelling, "Look, the left shoulder's been damaged by the darts! Aim for the left shoulder!"
Okay.
Love it.
Sorry to munch in your ear. That's awesome.
That's all right. Well, it's going to help because poor Ichabod's rolling a bane right now.
Is this
All right.
is that an action or a triggered action, or what is that?
You can use it
I
as a
do believe
trigger.
it's a triggered action. You
What
can
do you
use
use?
an action or triggered action on your turn to choose one target creature within your reach. So,
An action or a triggered action.
well, I'm going slow, so I can use one action to do that and one action to hack it with a
Right,
saber.
Right, and then that allows you to use another triggered action for something else, right?
That's my
Because
thought.
there's only one triggered action per round
Exactly.
kind of limitation, but I don't know what other triggered actions you might have.
I don't think I do, but it just makes sense to not do it as a triggered action if
sure.
I have the action available.
Sure.
Yeah, so I'm going to slash with a saber since I'm in hand-to-hand now.
Okay, go ahead and make your attack.
With my boon! Oh, wait, there's two. I think I already include one of them. A 22.
That hits defense 16.
And it's 5 more. That means Opie gets to do something again.
That's right. You get a second turn, don't you?
Yes, I do.
It should have been Saber's first or second attack. I think you might do more damage.
Let me double check that. Did I hit the wrong? Oh, I hit third attack, didn't I? Well, there
I
you
think
go.
it's just an extra D6, I
It is
believe.
an extra D6.
So go ahead and chuck that D6 at the table and we'll track the damage. 13.
And I'm going to take my another action immediately to take my second hack
Okay, you're just...
at that left shoulder because I see the wound.
You see it.
Ah,
Oh.
but it shifts and it moves its wing in the way, knocking my saber out of the way.
Oh.
Cool. Any other slows?
I got one.
Yeah.
But Ichabod will wait because he's frightened.
Morgan will. No, I won't do that. Okay, Morgan will. How many people are hurting badly right now?
I've got like
Other than
6
being
and 7
frightened,
wounds on me. Yeah, I'm all right. You need to heal yourself.
Okay.
I've taken 800 1 through 5 has taken 11 out of 32, so he's still got a good amount, but don't know how big the damage these things are going to do.
Okay. Well, fortunately, since we are all in short range, Morgan will cast Greater Cure.
Okay.
Wow.
And normally this is a touch spell, but because of her healer master path, she has the talent Far Healing, so she can cast life spells on creatures that are within short range.
Oh, nice.
cool.
So she reaches out with her palms in the direction of. So let's see. 808's taking damage.
Yep.
Ichabod's taking damage.
Yep.
And then herself.
And Opie has 2.
Okay. She will put one hand out towards Gideon, one hand out towards Ichabod, and then the third she will use on herself because she can heal up to 3 targets.
Excellent. Well, she needs it.
And each target heals damage equal to their healing rate.
Yeah. Very helpful.
Cool.
And then she will try and get a little bit away from this creature, if at all possible.
You weren't attacked this turn, so you could go to medium, but you would be at medium range.
I'm fine with being at medium range.
Okay. Does that mean you can't use your Far Healing?
It means my Far Healing. Well, that's why I wanted to heal first and then
Sure.
go away.
I just want you to be aware of your relative position, right?
Oh, definitely. Yep.
Okay, cool.
Because I've got to get back from this creature.
Okay, so that means one less target in the melee.
Right.
Yep, that's fine.
That's fine.
Yakufa is fine with being a bigger target.
E5s.
All right. Anyone else going to go slow, or shall I swing I'm going to use one action to light my sword and second to swing it.
Go for it.
Go ahead. I'm still Gideon's still trying to decide what to do.
Okay. Don't forget to add your boon when you do attack.
Or negate your.
Oh, it was a 13. Oh.
And that's 2 1s in a row for you.
I know.
And that's the Bane die that bounced it from a 13 to a 1. I know it is.
But your boon keeps coming up to 6, so that's impressive.
It's balancing. Poor Ichabod. He's not having a good night, but he's not backing down. He's feeling better, oddly enough. Because he doesn't know why he feels better. He didn't notice the healing.
So I'm curious, on your character sheet, did you tick frightened? Did it add the bane, or did it adjust your boons? Because I see
I don't know.
D20 plus 4 for your strength, I'm guessing, and then 2d6 boons.
I just assumed.
I did too. I'm just curious if the character sheet is that smart.
Do we see a bane on there?
Do we want to find out?
No, I'm checking. I'll look at the character sheet. Ichabod, yeah.
I don't see
red.
You're fighting with a sword with a.
I should have
a boon.
It should be. I have 1 boon, and then I got a bane, and I got another boon. So I should have a total of 1 boon. Because I had a boon to start with, the bane canceled it out, and then I got another boon from Ichabod, from Opie.
You sure you only had Just the one boon normally.
I have one boon for combat with Ichabod.
Right, because you have your.
Oh, it is one. It is one boon thrown because it's a
Yeah.
1 + 4 + 3 + 6. Oh, it's throwing 2 boons.
Hang on. It might be because.
Well, I'm wondering what is the 5 that was rolled?
That's on the damage die. So
Oh,
you
yeah,
just
no.
need to mouse over each of them, and
Oh, I
Yeah.
see.
the damage threw a 5 and a 4.
No, you did it
And-
right because you did your spellbound weapon, right?
Correct.
So your spellbound weapon gives you an extra boon. That's what you're.
So I should have two boons as a base. Opie gave him a third. So
Yes.
with a bane, I should have 2 boons on this roll. Okay,
Correct.
so I did do it right.
Which looks right. So that's fine. I'm mostly just curious, right?
No, absolutely.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm not trying to check your work or anything. I just
I'm curious too, and I want my work checked. Plus, I'm thinking here also. So I also have I have a base boon for weapon training, and then I have. God, I do a lot of extra damage. Combat prowess does an extra d6. Forceful strike, if you roll a 20 or higher, you do an extra d6. If I can actually hit, I could do something. That's all right.
So
We all gotta
where
hit.
is it that you're checking frightened? I don't see it on the sheet.
It exists. It's underneath afflictions. It's right next to fatigued.
Directly.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
Yeah. It's
So you just
between
click on that and
fatigued
turns
and
it
grabbed.
on?
Yeah, it turns it red.
Got it. Okay. And then I see it says afflictions 1 bane. Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
The character, whoever programmed this character sheet deserves some money.
yeah, I see. It's adding you a bane just inherently, right?
Yeah.
Infliction,
Okay.
parenthetical 1 bane. Interest. Oh, I see. The enchanted longsword is with 2 boons. Yeah. And then you added a boon on top of that, right, Peter? Because of
because of
Ichabod
Opie's,
from the
because of
dialogue
Opie's-
box, and then
Yeah.
the machine took one of those away because of the bane, right?
Yeah.
Very clever.
It is a good character sheet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Gideon, his first action, because he is so frightened, he's going to cast his create holy symbol. So he does his swirly, sneaky thing.
His Doctor Strange.
Orbis, the disc standing vertically above you.
Yes.
We're having a Doctor Strange off right now.
Yes, very
Exactly.
strange. Yeah.
And then as his second action, he'll just do a regular attack, since he can only cast 1 spell at a time. And so I've got, so I should just be able to roll. This is not going to go well because at this point that means I've got 2 banes.
Really?
Yeah,
Ooh.
like that.
And you rolled a 4.
Rolled a 2.
You rolled
Like a
2.
2. So yeah,
That
2
sucks.
plus 4 for my skill.
Minus 3 for the bane.
Yeah. Yeah, because the Warhammer is automatically a -1 or a bane. So all right, so that's it.
Having a crisis of faith today.
Yep.
Okay, new round. Who's going fast? Who's going slow?
Kufa is fast. Morgan
going
is
fast.
slow.
Ichabod would like to think he has a choice, but we know he doesn't.
He thinks he's going fast, but he's really not going as fast as he thinks he is.
I'm sorry. The effective insanity only makes you go slow. It doesn't cause you to lose an action, right? Just to make sure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Gives you being frightened gives you a bane, and you must go slow. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Now, what is this ability? Do I use it every turn?
Which one?
My triggered reveal weakness. Yeah.
So
So if I'm going to go fast, then I would use it as a triggered action.
Right.
Okay.
Oh, that's right. I forgot to add your boon, but it wouldn't have mattered because it wouldn't have been there. I wouldn't have gotten enough. So.
Well, I'm going to do it again. So try to remember. I'm doing it as a triggered action.
Okay, and is it a die roll or something, or we're going
No.
fast? It just happens.
Yeah, it's what it. I keep
Can you
reading.
chuck it to the table again, or to the
Yeah.
chat, so I can see what it does? Reveal weakness. Choose a target creature for a round. Each member in your group attacks or makes attacks with a boon. So I'm gonna flag you as green as kind of a reminder that that happened.
Okay.
For the rest of the players, so they know that they have that benefit. I'm not gonna work to call it out just because it's a lot to track, but I think you guys
No.
can track it.
Mhm.
All right. So OP, what actions are you taking?
I'm cutting towards that left shoulder, dodging right so the wing can't block me again, and coming into that left shoulder, trying to exploit that weakness I saw.
Okay.
I still have a question about initiative, or that will
Mhm.
determine my initiative.
Mhm.
One of my spells says, okay, I was throwing it to the chat, not actually doing it.
Mhm.
Once per round, when a creature attacks you with a melee weapon. So I'm assuming that this thing is not considered to have a melee weapon.
No,
or
it's a melee. It should read melee attack.
okay, so this would work
Or
against
that's how
it.
it needs. It should just be understood once per round when a creature
Okay.
attacks you with melee, and you get a
Okay.
success.
All right. So anyway, it's going slow then.
Okay.
And you get a success. What? A successful intellect check, or
No, it's when someone attacks him and succeeds on getting through his defense that the shield attacks the creature.
Okay, got you. And then it makes an agility challenge and fails, and gets knocked back.
And
Okay.
again, you can just see he puts his arm up, and it's like the Tony Stark fan type of armor just goes and becomes a shield.
Mhm.
I just love 8008.
Okay, cool. So Gideon, are you going fast or slow? Well, you have to go slow.
and 808 is also going slow. I was just
Oh, I
So-
see. That was part of your decision. Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, fast heroes.
OP action started up.
That's a
There
hit.
it is.
Take another turn for 12
Do
points of damage. This is still first or second attack line item on your character sheet. Assuming that's what you want to do. Another fast turn with another attack. Did we lose you, Peter? I think maybe you're muted.
Might be muted.
I was thinking, and I'm muted. So yeah, I still get a boon for it. It's not a one time. It's against that.
Yep.
It's against the opponent.
Holy shit balls.
Shit! A natural 20
And another turn, right?
and another turn. I could do this one slow and.
No, you're still fast. I mean, you're just like hyper fast, right?
That's it. I'm coming in. Move. Now this one though is a third attack. Will not get the extra boon from trickery.
Correct. That's why we have the third and later attacks, right?
Yeah. Roll a 19 just out of spite.
Oh! Oh!
Opie rocks. That means I do it again, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it makes up for that one so much.
I'm just having like.
This is for scaring Ichabod! And a 16.
Okay.
Is that enough to damage it?
It does hit. The 16
Oh.
still hits.
The total is 24,
35.
35. Holy shit.
Oh man.
So that's like three. It's just like that's like watching Sullens in a saber match. Right?
Exactly. It's so hard to believe he moves fast, but when he's fencing, he's a blur.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
I've never actually seen him fence. I should.
Come to Big Bad Con. I think he's doing a demo. And
Yeah.
watch him beat up on me.
Which reminds me, did you get the Kickstarter notification from Big Bad Con?
I did. Yeah, I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to it. I'm gonna run Dread at that convention.
Oh, cool. I'm gonna just sign up for it. I'm gonna do the Kickstarter, but I'm not gonna run anything.
Yeah, that's what I did last year. Doing the Kickstarter is kind of fun. You know, I mean, I think it helps the convention
I do too.
get their nuts settled. You know. For
Yeah,
the con.
yeah, and it gives them some money to work with to get the con going. I get it. I'm all for it, and they're a great group of people. So anyway, but enough about me. Holy shit! I'm gonna sit here. Opie is a demon killer.
Yeah, you can just dish out the damage.
Jeez,
Oh.
between us, we did what? 80 points.
It was 47 plus 35, 82 points of damage.
Holy fuck!
Fuck.
Opie, I
Plus
love you.
my 15 from the flamethrower. Or
There
10
you go.
from the flamethrower.
65 points. Jesus Christ!
Oh,
And this thing
man.
shrugging it off like, go ahead.
Yeah.
try it."
Yeah,
Oh,
its
man.
one wing is like it's like cracked and folded, dragging it at its side, and it's enraged.
Well, that's
Any
my
other
only fast.
I think they're Yukufa.
All right, Yukufa. So Yukufa,
Gets a
him and
boon.
his 4 illusory duplicates, charge the Manticore, and he casts Mighty Attack on his weapon
Mhm.
to enable him to make the attack with a boon, and he can use Intellect.
Is that a triggered action?
Nope, this is as part of the spell he
as
attacks.
part of casting the spell, you make an attack. Okay.
With a boon.
With a boon, which is going to cancel your bane that you have for the big weapon, right?
Yep. And then so that
And
cancels.
do you want to use intellect instead?
I am going to use Intellect because it means that my Divine Ecstasy gives me a boon to the attack roll.
Okay, so it sounds like you're net 1 boon.
Net 1 boon, and then I think Opie's reveal weakness is going, right?
Right.
Yes, so you get a boon
I
from
get
me.
2 boons, and if this hits, I do 2d6 extra damage.
Okay.
All right, come on, swing Death's Embrace.
That's 9 points of damage. That
And I need
hits.
extra 2d6.
Okay. 9, 18.
Points. And you just see 5 Yakufas just come slicing down on it. You still
Okay.
don't know which one's Yakufa.
So I know Morgan's not in melee. The rest of you all are, though, aren't you?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We're all
Oh.
viable targets.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
So
It's pissed
it
off.
is seriously pissed.
I'm sorry. I was trying to kill it.
It's
I
holding
know.
its belly lower to the ground. It's its wings chopped and tattered. The other one, Yakufa, probably saw the same opening that Opie was seeing on the wing.
Oh yeah.
So there's 4 attacks. Claw, teeth, sting. It's a
There's
D5 for
5
the
targets.
heroes in melee.
Well, no,
Yeah.
because of his duplicates makes it a D9.
No, if it hits
Oh, right.
if it hits Yakufa, then it's a check against Yakufa's
Oh,
duplicate.
that's not fair.
D9.
Well, do you want
Okay.
to? So
No, I like your
sorry.
way.
No, that's fine. We can do it that way if you want to, but it means that Yakufa's they won't need to hit. It will just auto dissipate.
Right.
Right. So but
And
Yakufa's spell says when he's hit, then you roll to see which one it hit.
Yeah, no, I
So-
just misunderstood.
No, but I'm okay with playing it that way if that's what you guys want to do, right?
I like your
That's-
Just choose up the resource faster, which I'm fine with doing also. So it's Yakufa's call. Do you want to
Yeah.
include the mirror images in the attacks?
I think from a realism standpoint, it would make sense if it went after them.
Okay. So it's going to be a D9.
Okay.
Anything that scores
1
6.
through 5,
How many of them are there?
4. So me would be. Well, no, this gets confusing now.
No, that's fine. There's 4 of them, right?
Yeah.
So there's 5 of you. That's 6, 7, 8, 9. So I'm going to roll a D9. If it's 6 plus, then it hits one of the mirror images and just dissipates it. Okay.
Yep.
So, so here are the 4 attacks: claw, teeth, sting.
Sting.
Oops. 2, 3, 4.
Well, there went all my duplicates.
Let's hope the duplicates,
Let's
not
see,
us.
6 and 7. So you lose 2 duplicates. And then 2 would be Yukufa, so there's a chance to lose another.
Is 2 Yukufa? I think 2 is.
2 is actually Gideon, pardon me.
Yeah, because Morgan's away.
Not in the equation.
Oh, okay.
And then Ichabod for the stinger.
So
Nice.
Yukufa's duplicates did what they were supposed to do.
Okay, so tick down, mark down 2 of your lost duplicates. Here's the claw teeth. I think that's
That'll
gonna
do it.
hit for Gideon for 6 points of damage.
Got it.
And
Barely a
then
scratch.
this, 1, 2, yeah. And then the stinger against
Ichabod. Defense 16.
Oh, a miss. That doesn't help when you roll a 6 on the d20.
It helped me
Oh.
immensely, so I'm not going to complain.
All right, the slow heroes.
Gideon, I think you're up.
Okay. Gideon's going to, I'm sorry, 8008135 is going to cast a Sparking Shield that we kind of reviewed already. And then do a regular attack.
Don't forget to add your boon from Opie.
Thank you very much. That's and
A miss.
okay. Gideon will I'm just very torn because we've got so many. We haven't even gone into the bad area yet. We're just fighting this thing out front.
Smash it with a rock. You have a hammer, right?
Yeah.
Mace. Hit it with
Put
something.
down the hammer.
Dude, forget you got a boon.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, I will just go ahead and do a normal attack. And still do nothing. So that's it for
Oh,
my-
another miss. Okay.
Okay, as the stinger goes shooting by Opie, just barely missing, you can feel the wind, and as it goes drawing back again, he swings his sword at the tail. But it's 14. I think it just missed, huh?
Yeah. It's like darts back as you were like swinging forward.
And
Morgan.
Morgan looks at it. She points her right hand toward the sky, toward one of the stars that's visible, and points her left hand at the Manicore and casts Burning Beam.
Okay.
We love this spell.
We do. And she's going to use her Greater Sorcery to make it more potent, so that it deals damage, and then she will also empower it so that she can have two boons on the roll.
Okay.
I'm glad she's at medium range. I'm just gonna,
There's a reason she's at medium range.
yeah, put that out there just for the good of the group.
Yep. Okay, so this is a will attack, and she gets 2 boons from her empowerment. 17 versus the Manticore's agility.
That is going to be a hit.
Okay, and then it'll take 2d6 extra damage. So a total of 12 points of damage from the beam.
Okay. Yeah, the beam just hits it in its eyes. It's like, it's lashing around. This thing is messed up. You guys like puts the serious hurt on this creature.
It was trying to kill us.
It was trying to kill it.
It was.
It wants to crack your bones and
Eat our marrow. I
drink
get
the
it.
marrow, yeah.
Don't
All right,
behave.
new
It's
round.
just
Oh.
its way.
For boom boom.
Oh, yep. See if you blow up. Oh, didn't we say something about like blowing
Oh, yeah.
up? You're supposed to lose turns or something, right?
Right. The more times I do it, the longer I have to be down.
You blew up last round, didn't you? Maybe we should
Yeah.
just cancel that spell. Let's
Okay.
do that. And
All
just
right.
you can take the casting back. We'll just retcon it.
Okay.
But now you're up, right? Because you're
Yeah.
down for 1 round. But if you blew up again, then you'd be down for 2 rounds. And if you blew up the 3rd time, then you'd be down.
3 rounds. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think what we'll do is we'll make that cumulative until you rest.
Okay.
But if you do like your short rest, no, until you rest. No short, no long rest until you have a chance to kind of
Recoup your
settle that churning chi, whatever's happening for you. Okay. New round. Who's fast? Who's slow? Are we going to stick with these orders?
Morgan slow.
And Opie, would it be safe to say you're going to do the same?
Yes. That's going to be. I'm going to go. Yeah.
Here comes 808 into fast. He's like, I got this.
That will be my strategy against all big opponents because that's really what the ability is for, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm going to point out that now it looks like the wing needs to go.
Needs to completely go.
Okay, I think we've got our initiatives programmed. Fast heroes, take your action.
Slice them away.
Oh, come on. That would be nice to have another round like that.
Well, let me go first
remarkable.
before you.
It was astounding. Opie's moving in close and cutting hard with the saber.
Do it. Oh, there we go. Here we go.
Not by 5 though.
Yeah, well, I think it is.
Yeah, 16.
Defense 16. Yeah, it is.
Oh, I'm not working on my math, obviously.
All right, Opie.
Come on, Opie. We love you, Opie. Do it again. Do it many times. Gotta be honest, the boon is certainly helping.
Yeah.
Oh, and then
and then a miss.
Just miss.
Oh.
Just the sword doesn't penetrate that thick hide, just skids along it on his second attack. Still, I'll take the 15 proudly.
Oh, there you go.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
They're only 3 damage.
Do you get anything for 20 plus?
I'm checking. Forceful strike. If it's 20 or higher, you do an extra d6.
There you go.
Here it is. You did a warrior novice path, right?
Yeah.
So don't you have an extra quote unquote attack that you can convert to a d6 of damage?
Oh yeah, when you use it, you use an attack. Yeah. Okay. Right. I'll do that again. Thank you. There we go.
There we go.
Total of 9. 10. Total 10.
So he just like nutted him with his plumber's wrench right up inside the ghoulies.
Okay.
Rearing up.
Right between the eyes. And he just goes and and that just drops. It drops him like a sack of flour. Just
nicely done.
All right. Well, that was pretty exciting.
Hit him in the ghoulies.
Well, he was rearing up on his back legs and he saw a perfect shot, so he just like swung for the fences and just completely knocked him off.
That's it.
All right. So that strikes down the guardian of this place.
Jesus Christ.
That's
just the guard dog.
Oof.
That was just Cerberus.
Jesus Christ. We did over 100 points of damage to that thing.
Oh, we did quite a bit.
Nicely done, 808.
Well, I think I did maybe less than 20 points. You guys did all the work.
but you did the last ones that mattered.
So he walks over to the corpse and puts his foot up on it and raises his plumber wrench above his head, just like remember in the movie, the bad fantasy movie Dragon Slayer, at the very end where the king comes in and claims the kill. Anyway,
Morgan begins slowly walking back over. And Yakufa is just walking around. You still can't figure out which one is him.
There's still duplicates. Well, at least one. There's one left, right?
There are two.
There's
of them
two.
left.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. I think he keeps flipping back and forth between which one's him and which one's not. But he's no longer glowing.
Okay. Did anything come out of the cave to check out the noise?
I'll
sure
happen
on.
pretty quick, like less than half a minute. It was just this
actually,
whirlwind of
that's a scary
activity.
thought.
I think I just had like 3 rounds, right? 30
Yeah.
seconds.
That was actually less than a minute. That's terrifying.
Opie really is like Hawkeye, especially endgame Hawkeye now.
Yeah, no kidding.
I'm Ronin.
You are Ronin.
hey, I just realized something. Wasn't in what was it, Civil War, the guy that Thanos sent to get the purple guy? Wasn't his name Ronan too?
The
Ronan
blue
the
guy is Ronin. Ronin the Accuser, yeah, and it's Ronan,
Ronan versus
Ronan.
Ronin.
Oh, okay.
And Ronin, Ronin, is something Hawkeye went by briefly.
Yep.
Okay. Damn it.
Oh my God.
Yeah, no. Without these
What a
vortex,
fight.
I was just seeing Lightning Flash Asuna from Sword Art Online. That's what I was seeing there.
Okay, so you guys going to climb up to the skull?
Back to the cave we go.
All right. So let me.
Can we see any more of the island, by the way, from where we are now?
Yeah, you pretty much see all of it from up here.
I'm just curious.
Sure. If you want to take a little bit of time and survey the area, you can do that.
I'm trying not to look towards crossings because I think this fog is creating a lot of the chaos and confusions there. And whether it's real or the fog is creating a summoning portal in crossings, I think if we deal with the problem here, we will save crossings. That's my thought.
Sense.
Well, there's another lake, but not as bright blue.
No, it's not as bright blue.
I think something got messed up with my key, but it's neither here nor there.
So we should not read anything into the color.
Which color?
You said with the key. I thought you were talking about the lake.
I think he means that the key got mixed up. So the lake was actually supposed to be over here, but the key said it was here. Would be my guess.
I think, or I just misread it. Right. I mean, that could have happened too. Right. I just read the wrong entry.
I like what we dealt with.
It's just a different lake over there.
That's right.
Yeah. So I mean, it's just a different lake, different spot, different thing, different place. All right. I'm moving you to the new map.
Oh
boy.
I need your token.
See, the lakes, they're magic because they actually connect to each other. You go in one, you pop out the other.
I was worried that trout thing was going to come popping out that left, that Gerda chased away, and it would end up here.
Okay, you guys should just see black.
That's all I see.
Blackness.
I see a red door, and I want to paint it black.
Let me polygon reveal this.
No colors in my life. I want them to be black. I see the girls walk by dressed in their summer clothes. I have to turn my head until the darkness flows. Ooh.
Ooh.
1, 2, 3.
Ooh. We like maps.
Okay, so there's like sort of a rough stair that leads down from the open mouth at the top of the hill, and this rough stair leads to a cavern, rough cut stone. You know, just a labyrinth of twisting caves and narrow corridors. The air is thick and moist, reeking of decay. The walls are slick with ooze. Pools of slippery slime collect along the floor, dripping puckered growth sprouting on the walls and the ceiling. Occasionally you hear a shriek echoing from deep within the cavern, followed by low chortles and soft weeping. Candles, short, squat candles are scattered throughout the area, lighting it in a smoky gloom.
Yukufa, is this your temple?
I will neither confirm nor deny that statement. But I don't think it's deep enough.
So here, these black smudges on the map are pools of oily liquid, and which sort of creates this series of narrow walkways. And there are thick stone columns, these kind of these brown bits here that sort of support the cavern ceiling. You see a passage leading off to the west and a stairway burrowing its way down to the floor, down through the floor, twisting, kind of a weird snail-like pattern. And hang on, I'm just skimming my notes. And you see a huddled figure that sort of turns and begins to turn towards you, shrouded with a heavy cloak, with a heavy hooded cloak, and one hand reaches towards you.
No, that's not good.
Skeletal bony finger extending.
It's worse.
Pointing in your direction. Turn back. Leave with what's left of your pathetic lives.
Yukufa just looks at it.
Leave.
We kind of look at each other and shrug.
Like, this is one of my old parlor tricks. Like,
sorry, this is what we do.
Okay, what will you do?
I've got a bow drawn.
Okay.
Yukufa is still not staying in one place.
No, where is this thing?
It's sort of like here.
Okay.
It sort of comes around the corner of. It's sort of here. And you're like gazing into one of these pools, like crouched down, gazing into one of these pools, and it hears you, stands up and turns and looks in your direction, extends a pointed finger, and utters this. What could almost be construed as a curse.
Ichabod says, "Not until we rid that of the other."
There it is.
Which reminds me, did we need to look up frightened? How do we get rid of it, or did we just?
Yes, let's talk about the frightened.
Okay, so.
Well, what page is a good reference for us all to look at?
Oh, let me go find my book.
The page you want to look at is page 41.
This is just nice things I want to read, right? Not bad things.
Oh, this is everything you ever wanted to know about what you could possibly be killed with.
Oh, that's not nice things.
I'm too frightened to look at that page.
So, Page 41. Under frightened, it simply says, a frightened creature makes all attack rolls and challenge rolls with 1 bane. As well, frightened creatures cannot take fast turns. Now, the issue is, at the top of the page under afflictions, it describes how long it lasts.
Mhm.
Afflictions describe a variety of harmful effects that alter or limit what creatures can normally do. The effect that imposes the affliction tells you how long it lasts and what can be done to remove it. If it doesn't specify, the affliction is permanent.
Okay. And I read permanent until you have an opportunity to rest.
Okay. Sounds good.
Because the thing was so horrifying that you're shaken until
Yeah.
afterwards even.
Mhm.
Or you can cure almost every single impairment except frightened.
No.
That's kind of interesting though too, because a lot of the like the the horrifying, right? If you're already frightened and you fail, then you take more insanity, right?
Yeah.
And it just cranks up the intensity. But I'm okay with the resting part. I'm sure you guys will be hard pressed to find a good place to rest in this place.
Oh yeah. No,
Yeah.
I kind of see resting as you're in between adventures, guys.
Yeah. That's what I assume resting means.
Well, being that Gideon is already frightened, I think that he suggests that we take this kind man's good advice and then we move to a new city.
Yakufa just looks at Gideon and goes, "Really, bro?"
I assume that we're in combat, right? We're shooting this thing.
Okay.
I mean, I assume we're not. Are we? I mean, we're not gonna. Are we gonna walk around it and say thanks and just say and ignore him and walk by, or do we have to fight it?
No, that's fine if you want to loose an arrow at it. It just it sails right through it, and it's like it's like dragging a wisp of smoke with it.
It's an illusion.
Or wraith, one of them. I'll take illusions; those are better. Okay, do we want to go downstairs, across the bridge? I lean towards the bridge because it's not downstairs.
Sounds like a good idea to me.
And we're not 8th level, so you can't go down one more level, right?
I was going to say downstairs because typically the big bad evil is at the bottom of the dungeon, but we can go across the bridge if you want to go.
Which is why I'm thinking the bridge.
Sorry, which way did you want to move?
We would like to move
across the bridge.
direction.
Oh, you can move into the west.
We would like to attempt to move towards the west.
Okay.
Keeping an eye on the pools so that big slimy things do not reach out and grab us.
Okay. Morgan, I think you've probably got the best perception, so why don't you make a perception challenge with no banes, straight for you with your +3.
Here we go. 17.
There's something crawling out of the water. Let's see, where is it crawling?
Out of the water?
Out of one of these pools.
Oh, okay.
And the pools aren't even that deep. They're
Right.
like more like puddles.
So something is forming out of the puddle.
Yeah, there's something crawling up out of this puddle. Oops.
Morgan points to the oil puddle and goes, "Guys, oil monster! Oil monster!"
This thing's going slow. You guys can go fast or slow to deal with it.
There's candles and stuff laying about.
Yeah.
Are they lit?
Yeah, they are.
Okay.
I think Yakufa needs to go slow because he's got to move into range of this creature. So
it's 9:30. Why don't we finish this combat and then we'll wrap it up for the night, or we could call it here. It's up to you guys.
You have a better idea. If the combat to match the Manticore, we might have to wait and do it next time.
I think yes, it is. It's an equivalent. So
it's a big tough thing.
Well, it's a thing. I don't know how tough it is. The Manicore was pretty tough with the poison and stuff, I thought.
Mm-hmm.
Though it never really came to play, though it was cool to see 808,
Take the hit.
saving his friend for that. That was
I really
was
like
neat.
that.
So hits or misses? Any hits or misses for tonight? We didn't make a whole lot of progress. Combat kind of bogged us down. It seems to happen. I'm not sure. I don't know why, but
Hardcore hit had to have been Opie just going off on that Manicore.
Oh man, that was huge.
It was just like, oh man,
That was exciting. That was my hit. That's for
that
sure.
was beautiful.
That was 3 of your hits.
Yeah. In a
Was it
row.
3 or 4 in a row?
4. He got 4 in a row.
Yeah, I thought so.
We can go. That's right.
You were pulling a horse is what you were pulling.
Yes. So.
Holy shit! Yeah, there were 4 of them. 3 of them over 20, and the 4th one was still a hit.
Yeah.
Wow. Opie is deadly. I saw him in the beginning as like, the sneak thief. He wouldn't be getting in combat a lot. He'd be almost like, the Dungeons and Dragons military engineer kind of thing. Oh no. No, he's a fucking assassin is what he is.
Absolutely. Yeah, he's like one of the toughest fighters I think
I think he really is, yeah.
Yeah, his abilities really, those just ability to add a little boon here and add a boon there, really
they sort of add up, right?
They do.
Mm-hmm.
And now that I can give everybody a boon against something like a Manticore or the Blob monster, whatever this thing's going to be, that's really, I like the fact it helps more than just me.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Ichabod had bad rolls, but when he hits, he does a lot of damage.
Yeah, him and Yakufa just hit really hard.
Yeah. So for me, I think the miss was just the one long combat, though it was fun.
It was a lot of fun.
And yeah, the hit was the climbing up to the Skull Mountain with the bones strewn on the hillside there, and then discovering the Manticore feeding on the south side. I thought that was really neat.
Mm-hmm.
In my mind's eye, I thought that was really neat.
It was very evocative. No,
yeah. Anybody else hits or misses?
No, you guys had my hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. I'll wrap up the broadcast until next week.